Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone will tell their friends and people that are out there that have dogs. What Mark and I are going to do is do about a 15-minute discussion about a topic each week, and then everybody can then ask questions. So if you can just kind of hold your questions, you can type them in, but we'll get to them after about the first 15 minutes, because otherwise I feel that we're not going to really cover the topic. All right, and please, yes, bring your dogs to the computer. You may see a couple of my dogs here. I've got one counter surfing in front of me right here. So what we're going to do today is discuss about leadership and discuss what makes you a leader. I just literally got home about a half hour ago from a lovely family who basically had the perfect dog. And everyone calls us and says, oh, I've got the perfect dog. My dog does nothing wrong except he pees and poops in the house, drags us on a leash, jumps on my kids, bites us when he's playing, blah, blah, blah. There is no such thing as a perfect dog, like there's no such thing as a perfect man or a perfect woman. We think so. But we can actually get rid of all those little annoying issues that make you annoyed or irritated or anxious or frustrated with your dog. The first thing, like we said, dogs need leadership. So how do you teach your dog that you're the leader and he's not? Well, you can't say, hey, Fluffy, guess what? Today I'm the boss. Donald Trump just fired you. But guess what? By our actions, you know how the old adage, actions speak louder than words? Guess what? With dogs, it's completely true. So the first thing that shows you and shows your dog that you're a leader is to provide and protect for his needs. Becoming a leader, there's 3 ways to do it. So there are 4 essentials. Okay, 4, count them, 4. We have leadership, walks, rules, and good nutrition. Leadership happens because we give our dogs the other 3 things that they need. Perfect. Thank you, Fire. I appreciate that. So leadership means we are in charge. Either you own the company or you don't. It's that simple. Anybody who owns your own company, guess what? Guess who makes the rules? You do. Now, the proper walk, which we'll probably wind up doing afterwards, after a couple of weeks, the proper walk is you in front of the dog. So we're going to do a lot more details, but the proper walk means exactly you own the dog, not the other way around. Although my 8 Ridgebacks think they own me, and that's fine. But the problem is that my dogs are stable. A lot of you guys have really good dogs that are stable, but a lot of people have dogs that are jumping, they're carrying on, they're barking. I have a lady, she's getting kicked out of her condo association because her dog barks. Incessantly. It's a beagle. So yeah, it barks a lot. Guess what? Don't buy a beagle if you live in a condo. But meanwhile, you already have the dog. And the greatest thing that you have to do is to teach your dog that you're protecting him. If you protect him, he doesn't need to be protecting you. And unless you've got 8 Ridgebacks, guess what? You're going to protect your dog. Even if you've got a Rottweiler, he doesn't need to be protecting you. Once your dog understands that he's going to be following you and that you're going to be protecting him, he's going to be the best dog in the world. I don't care if he's bitten people, jumps on people, carries on. Your dog thinks he owns the world. I've got a leash that says that on my one dog. Something like, please excuse me, but it's my world. If you'd like to be a part of it, live it my way, something like that. So, no, we're not Caesar's friend. Mark is Mark, Caesar is Caesar, and we'll get into that later. Mark knows Caesar. Yeah, they are as big as ponies, Ridgebacks. But the cool thing about having dogs is that they give you unconditional love, and they're great. They're not trying to piss us off. They're not trying to irritate us like sometimes, humans do. So assume that if your dog does something, he's doing it out of honesty. He's not trying to do bad things. He's just trying to protect you. He's trying to do things because you haven't shown him leadership. Once you show him that you're the leader, he's just going to go lay down and be a dog. My vet always says he wants to come back as one of our dogs. Well, our dogs, and we have 8 Ridgebacks, they lay on the couch all day long. You know why? They got nothing to do because they have no job. They're unemployed. They're unemployed pack leaders. And all of you guys need to fire your dogs and tell them, hey, guess what, guys? But you know what? I'm the pack leader. So we show our dogs we're the leader by providing the proper walk and by providing rules. One of the main rules that a lot of people have a problem with is dogs jumping. Now, we have a phrase, Mark and I, and somebody can write this. Very good. Firefly, you are hired as our personal secretary. We love you. This is what you've got to do. These are the dominant behaviors, so you can write these down. Dominant behaviors are humping, jumping, yeah, I know, barking, growling, blocking, thanks, Maja, appreciate that, blocking, and bumping. So all of those things, if your dog does any of those, he's trying to be dominant. That doesn't mean your dog is going to go kill you in your sleep. It just means, sounds like your ex, sounds like mine too, but maybe we're married to the same person. Anyway, once you have a dominant behavior and you don't correct it, the dominant behavior can lead to aggression. So here's the thing. Excitement, doorbell ringing, phone ringing, new people coming in, whatever it is, excitement leads to dominant behaviors. And dominant behaviors need to be corrected, as Firefly wrote, because they can lead to aggression. Aggression is teeth on skin. So if your dog, even playfully, bites you or another dog, guess what? That's aggression. It doesn't have to be ripping your hand open. So excitement on a dog, let's say a Labradoodle or a puppy, a young dog, especially an unaltered dog, will typically, excitement, man, it can happen quick. The doorbell rings. You have two dogs, the dogs start fighting. So, Jack Russells, we'll get to Jack Russells. Jack Russells, we have them usually hanging off our fingers and we kind of parade them around like this. But there's a lot of good ones too. Now, Firefly, since you're helping us and you're saying your dog gets excited and he pees, that's why we try to keep excitement down to a minimum. The more excited your dog gets, the more dominant he's going to get. Does anybody have a question? I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, so Boaz, Mark got bumped. If you can get him back. Thanks. So what we're going to do when Mark comes back, we're going to explain to you guys what you need to do when somebody comes to your door and people are going to come in or you've got whatever it is. In order to teach your dog, just remember your dog is not trying to do this on purpose. Your dog is just being a dog. Okay? So when your dog comes in, you're going to actually, when people come in, you're going to take your two fingers like this and you're going to poke them in the neck. So if I can get one of my dogs